Hey, good morning, tubers. It is day 3 in the Great Smoky Mountains and day 23 on the Appalachian Trail. Much brighter weather today, as you can see. Sun's out and shining bright. So I'm just getting ready to leave camp. It's kind of about mid-morning. I didn't try to get started too early. Like, everything was frozen. Just out here is kind of a worst case scenario if you have a ton of rain and then just like really low temperatures. I had a few problems I had to deal with. First of which, and probably the not scariest but most concerning, was last night. As I always do when I get to camp, I set up my tent real quick. But it was still a little bit wet from yesterday morning, so I set it up and it was very windy. So I thought, I'll leave it open, let the doors flap, let it dry it out a little bit before I even put my stuff in there and everything. So then I came back down here to the shelter, which is right here, and had my dinner and everything. Took, maybe 20-30 minutes. It was freezing cold, but I was trying to let my feet kind of use the body heat to kind of warm my shoes back up where they were wet. So anyway, it got so cold. So eventually I go back to my tent, which was in this spot right here. Good little spot. Kind of flat, really one of the better spots I've had. But my zippers on my tent, I guess from the leftover water there, had frozen already. Like all the water in my tent had frozen, so like I could touch it and ice would fall off it, but I could not get my zippers open. So I did have some of my stuff just sitting in there, and I couldn't get in the zippers. I didn't really know what to do. So finally I finagled it and just worked with it and just kind of used brute force and was hoping it didn't break. I was able to get back in there. So that was kind of a struggle. So then this morning, I tried to keep my shoes kind of protected. So I put them in plastic bags, which kind of worked. I think the laces were frozen, but the shoes weren't too bad. So, cause they didn't get super wet yesterday. Good thing about, I'm wearing the Ultra Olympus, and the good thing about them is they have a lot of cushion, but even more so than that is they sit high up off the ground. So like they don't get as wet as like the lower, zero drop shoes like the Lone Peak. So really, I really like my shoes. They've been working out good so far. I'm hoping to try to kind of wear these the rest of the way as long as I can get a hold of them, because I'll be replacing them, every 500 miles or so, because they just wear out. But these are holding up good. I haven't had to hike in too much bad weather, so I think that helps to keep them pretty good. So over here's where I hung my bear bag last night, if you can see that up there. So anyway, everything, this morning my socks, thankfully we always carry an extra pair of socks, and the reason is because the ones I'd worn last night were still kind of wet, and even though I put them in a bag, they were just frozen. So like I could just pick them up, and I guess I should have showed you guys that, but now I've got them hanging by a safety pin on the back of my pack to dry out in the sun today. So I changed. I put on fresh socks, fresh underwear, fresh Injinjis, and then I'm wearing the tights again today. The vapor tights, I think they're called. I did like them yesterday, and if I can just keep them where they'll stay up really good, they are pretty comfortable, and they're kind of supportive, so I like them. I'm wearing them with underwear and my hiking shorts, so hopefully that's not too many layers. I think, as I mentioned before, I wore too many layers on the Foothills Trail and had some issues, but I think a lot of Gold Bond powder has I think remedied that. So as far as since I've been out here on the AT. So anyway, I'll show you guys. Let me see if I can just flip this around while I'm doing it. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do that. Nice. I'll start doing that more often, so I don't have to show two different segments. But anyway, here's the shelter. Several people here last night. The same 3 guys that I saw yesterday from Pennsylvania that are just hiking the Smokies. They were here. Very, very cool guys. Very funny. They were rooting for me as I struggled up the last hill, because I basically crawled up the last hill. It was a struggle hike yesterday. I felt better after talking to everybody. Everybody seemed to struggle, and pretty much everybody came up short of their mark. A couple from Michigan, they stayed here last night, and they were in the shelter, same shelter as I was night before last too. So real nice people. The one I got the AT tag for, turns out the shirt that I was carrying, the Under Armour shirt, was not hers. So I did talk her boyfriend or husband or whoever into taking it, because I looked like it would fit him. So at least I don't have to carry it anymore. So anyway, nice little shelter. Another fireplace. We didn't have a fire here last night. I think we only had a fire the other night because just some locals were kind of up there and brought firewood and things, just things that we can't carry. So another local I saw, he had packed out like a 12-pack of beer and a Duraflame log. Like Yeah, you got it made. If you're just hiking up here for a couple of days, you can really tow just about anything. So a lot of graffiti in the shelter as usual. I did ask them. I stayed in my tent, but they said they did not see any mice, so that was cool. I thought it was funny, the couple in here a while ago, I was talking to them, they're from Michigan, and I found, as I was talking to them, I noticed this wrote up here. That's kind of funny. Muck Michigan. She said she's actually seen that all over the place. So I don't know if it's a Michigan State person, an Ohio State person, or what, or who knows. But anyway, see all kinds of interesting things in these shelters. But like I said, they said no mice, so that's good. So anyway, got my stuff all packed up, waiting on my electrolyte tablets to dissolve, and I'm about to hit the trail. Basically, I'm either going to the second or the third shelter today. I'd really like to get to the third because it would give me a closer way out to Gatlinburg tomorrow, but just depends how I feel and how the terrain is and everything. I'm learning pretty quickly. It's hard to make like specific plans, but I got to get with my friend that may meet me in Gatlinburg and see what she's doing. Had no service here last night. Let's see if we can turn it back around. Oh, nice. So I had no service at all here last night. Even my Garmin didn't work. My Garmin may be, I mean, it's supposed to be valuable for safety, but like I'm out here like basically on top of a mountain and couldn't get it to work last night. It said poor GPS, look for a clear view of the sky. I'm like, I mean, how much clearer view can I have than this? Like, so anyway, it may get dumped if it's not careful because, I got my phone and it typically it seems like I've got service, in the majority of the areas. And, there's quite a few people on the trail if something happens, but you never know. I guess that SOS button is valuable. I guess even if it would work, like in that situation, I think I can even make emergency calls on my phone. So I don't know. I'm learning out here. Some things we're all learning. We learn the hard way. Some things you learn the easy way. Some things you learn just by watching a YouTube video 8 months ago. Some things you learn like last night, like your zipper's freezing. I had not really seen that in a video before, so I don't really know what the answer to that is. The other guy in the shelter, he suggested that maybe could have poured a little, heated up some water and poured on it if possible. Like I said, I finally got it. So anyway, it was so quick how everything froze. Like, I mean, it was in an instant. I feel like it was like colder last night than it was this morning. But like I said, bright and sunny now, good forecast for the rest of the week. So I should definitely get through the Smokies with no more bad weather, knock on wood. So anyway, I'll get back with you guys here shortly. About to hike on up the trail northbound and just see where the day takes me. I'll probably stop at the first shelter. Can't remember the name of it. Siler's Bald, I think. Which is odd because I think there's a Siler Bald that I already passed many miles ago, and then this one I think is called Siler's with an S Bald. So that's strange, but anyway, I'll get back with you guys later. Uh-oh, peeps, we might have another winner. Pretty exciting stuff. And yes, we have a second Mylar balloon. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Can't possibly pack out all the trash I found on this trail. Although I will say it's extremely clean for the most part, especially way out in the woods like this. But, definitely in honor of Ava, little Ava that I told you all about in some previous episodes, I'm going to try to pack out every Mylar balloon that I find and keep a count of them. So this blue one is officially number 2. Hey, number 2. Cool. Like number 2 pencil. Nice. Hey peeps. Trudging along. Kind of literally and figuratively today. Not near as bad as yesterday, but still a lot of muddy spots. Especially where the sun is hitting, which this morning seems to be just about everywhere. But it's nice though. I'm down to just the sun hoodie already. So strange. Yesterday I'm hiking with like 3 layers. I got my fleece grid hoodie, my sun hoodie, and my rain jacket on pretty much all day. And then last night I got on like puffy jacket and the new Capeline. I got a new, I think it's Patagonia Capeline top, Capeline top to sleep in because my other sleep shirt wasn't really working real well. And wow, it's amazing. Like it costs like $15, but it's definitely worth it. compared to the $2 shirt that I brought out here. With it, I don't even know the brand of, but anyway. But it was lighter. The $2 shirt was lighter. That's kind of how it ended up out here. But anyway, but yeah, shout out to that shirt because it's kept me warm 2 nights in a row. Especially last night was super cold, and I warmed right up in that. You know, I used the puffy too, but maybe didn't even have to, other than just because I got a quilt. I'm not covered too much around the top, so the puffy, like the hood, kind of works good for that. So, but anyway, it worked really, really well. So I was just thinking of myself after I picked up that balloon that what a strange journey it is when, like, I met a nice gentleman earlier, had a nice little conversation with him. I was like, okay, pick me up. It's always good to see some people out here. I had some of my honey stinger energy gels, which are my favorite, the little cubes. Like, they're hard to get, but they're the best. Like, if I ever struggling to get up a mountain, those are the key. Like, I love, love, love those. So, but strangely enough, my biggest pick-me-up of the day was finding a random Mylar balloon in the woods. Like, I hope I'm not losing my mind. But it was just so interesting because I found now a red one and a blue one. So I'm not keeping them. I'm trashing them when I get to the trash. But anyway, so I'm very curious to see. I'm definitely going to just keep an eye out for them. Give me something to do. Maybe I need to think about listening to some music or something, but I'm always trying to conserve my battery for YouTube. So you guys, y'all come first before the music. So anyway, yeah, how interesting. So in fact, maybe instead of suing Ava, I should maybe give her an award or something. So anyway, so yeah, I wonder how many Mylar balloons I'll find between here and Maine. So far, I'm averaging about 1 every 100 miles. I found 2, and I'm closing in on the 200-mile mark. Actually, probably over the 200-mile mark if you count the approach trail I did to Springer. So, but nonetheless, kind of interesting. I'm gonna guess. Well, it wouldn't be fair if I guessed because I could easily cheat. Like, I probably wouldn't, but you know how it is. Like, I might look harder if I'm trying to find a higher number, or not look as hard if I'm trying to find a lower number. So, you guys tell me, like, post in the comments how many Mylar balloons you think I will find before Maine, and whoever gets it or gets the closest, I'll definitely send you like a prize. Nothing big, don't get excited. Maybe like a gift card to Publix. If you live near Publix, I miss Publix. You know, miss family and friends, but I really miss Publix. It's the best grocery store. For you folks that live outside of the Publix area, I feel for you. I went to Washington last year, spent quite a bit of time. Every grocery store I went into, no matter what was on the marquee out front, it was Kroger. Like, seriously, like, I think other than Safeway, like every grocery store in Washington is owned by Kroger. It's like Albertsons and Save-A-Lot and Fred Meyer. Like, it's just crazy. Nothing against Kroger. Kroger used to be my store until I found Publix, you know. Gotta be honest, I cheated on Kroger big time with Publix, and I gotta say, I'm not sorry. The BOGOs at Publix, those special cookies, those chocolate overload cookies they have once a year. My friend Joy, I know she's probably watching. She knows about the cookies. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I don't think I'm dehydrated today. I think I'm just been out here a while, and you know how it is. So I'm trying to get towards this campsite. I'm gonna try to get a good lunch in me. I stopped for a good snack a while ago. I had a Snickers bar, but Snickers bars just don't do it for me. I need something more healthy. I'm probably gonna get my brother to ship me some. They have a little paleo bar. I don't know if I've mentioned them at Costco. They're only like 50 cents each too. Like, they're an amazing value. They have very clean ingredients, and they come in a case of 20 for like $10. I wish I could get 100 of them, but I can't tote 100 of them. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get him to send me a box of those because the ingredients are so clean, and 230 calories. And only a 38 gram bar, so that's really, I mean, that's tremendous. That's probably the calorie to nutrition ratio, the best item I've found. So anyway, I'll quit rambling because that's exactly what I'm doing. So let me get on up here to the next shelter so I can try to have some lunch. I think I'm going to try to do some salty meats and cheese, whatever I got like that in my pack, because I had that day one, had a really good day that day. So just trying to figure out the eating. It's a struggle. I mean, I need 5,000 calories a day. I know that, but I can't eat 5,000 calories a day. I know that. Even in town, like, it's just hard to have a good appetite when you're out here. Like you said, working hard, sweating all day. It's not an appetite friendly type of a thing. So, but it gets better. They have what's called hiker hunger that will hopefully set in at some point, and then I'll pretty much be eating everything I can possibly see. So anyway, thankful. Looking to get into Gatlinburg tomorrow, get a little resupply, I need another pair of Injinji merino socks. Just a couple minor things that'll really, really help me though. Some Govon powder. Like, I'd almost hike 10 miles without water before I'd hike 10 miles without Govon powder. It's legit. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey peeps, made it to the next shelter. I think I'm gonna take a long break here. It's only about a couple more miles to the next shelter, and I think that's where I'm gonna stop for the night. It's getting late in the afternoon, and I have to go like another 7 over Clingman's Dome, which is the highest point of the trail. And I don't think I could do it by dark, and it would be kind of a struggle. I don't want to take that chance. So I'm gonna take a long break here. Maybe go ahead and actually do a backpacking meal now and just kind of see how much energy that gives me for the rest of the day. And then, like I said, I'll camp there tonight. And I have about 10 miles to Newfound tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get up and get a really early start on that. So anyway, I'm gonna do all the things. I also got to check on my toe. I think I got a little, trying to get an ingrown toenail or something. I had to do the same thing the other day. Might have to dig it out a little bit, but other than that, it's a beautiful day for hiking, that's for sure. So, and beautiful, beautiful country to be hiking through. So I'll check back with you. Hey guys, made it to the shelter for the night. Been here about an hour. Hiked pretty well after having my hot meal kind of in the middle of the day. Even though I only hiked a couple of miles, I felt pretty good. So I may try to consider doing that again. I'd even thought about trying to eat two, but I just don't think I can stomach two that close together. So anyway, going in town tomorrow. A couple of the other hikers down there were arranging for a shuttle at 2, and I know the guy was wanting to kind of use him anyway. So we're going to share a shuttle into Gatlinburg at 2 tomorrow. So I got 10.5 to get to Newfound Gap. So I'm going to try to get up and leave pretty early because I do have to go across Clingman's Dome. I think they're going to try to get up really early and see the sunrise, but I don't think I can get up at like 4:30. So maybe if I'm not sleeping, I'll give it a shot, but it's going to be pretty cold. So anyway, so here's my camp spot. I got my tent pitched, but I haven't really put anything in it yet, so, or set anything up inside of it yet. So pretty much just got to do that. And then I do have service here, so that's good. I can catch up on some things since I didn't have service last night. But supposed to camp close to the shelter, and I'm going to say this is close enough since I can see it kind of way down there, but there were no good spots down there. So looks like just 4 people here tonight, unless somebody comes in later, which, you know, could happen. It's still not super late. So really wish I could have hiked maybe 3 or 4 more miles, but the next shelter was going to be like 7 or 8. It's just kind of part of the Smokies. You sometimes may have to go a little slower than you want just to be sure you can make it. So anyway, just wanted to show you my lovely little camp spot for the night and kind of close out the day. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going into Gatlinburg, so that's very exciting. Definitely want to go to the outfitter. Definitely need to resupply a few things there. Mainly there, really. I don't even know if I really even need to go to the grocery store. I may go find one and grab a couple things, but otherwise just going to get all the things, the shower, maybe do some laundry, and try to set myself up to maybe make it a hot springs on my next leg. So it's kind of my goal. But there is a Standing Bear hostel kind of at the end of the Smokies. I could stay a night there, just depending on what the weather's like. So anyway, thank y'all again for watching. I'm about to try to see. Can't really see the sunset, but it's pretty close. If I was wanting to walk back about a mile, I could see it really good. But we don't walk backwards too much here. I hesitated to even walk back to this campsite, and it's like 0.1. So anyway, guys, appreciate you watching, and I will get back with you guys in the morning.